Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. So today, inshallah, we will continue from where we left off last time. We talked about Isra wal-Mi'raj, the fact that an event happened of such magnificence towards the end of Rajab, according to most scholars, or other dates. And inshallah, we'll try to cover the second part. So we talked about the actual event of how Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam traveled in a single night from Mecca all the way to Jerusalem. That's Isra, and then Miraj. He ascended from Masjid Aqsa all the way to seven heavens and beyond the Sidrat al-Muntahā. So that was our journey we described last week, including meeting different prophets at every heaven. So today we'll take it one step further and inshallah go into a little bit more detail. This event was, of course, great for Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but think about how great it is for us as Ummah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The scholars explain you have three levels of yaqeen. You have three levels of yaqeen. You have the first level, which is al-yaqīn, right? Al-yaqīn. And what that means is you know about something. You have just learned about something. You've not experienced it, you've learned about something. Then there's ʿayn al-yaqīn. You have seen something with your own eyes. And then there's ḥaqq al-yaqīn, which is that you've experienced it yourself. We'll take an example here. Think about fire. You learn about fire. It is hot. It can burn something. Then that's in your kitchen. You see how your fire could boil water and could burn a piece of paper. Now you have seen it with your own eyes. And if you put your hand on the candle as an example, you will feel it, that it can even burn your skin. So now you have experienced it yourself. So our level of yaqeen on fire comes at these three levels. So same thing with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Of course, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gave him the revelation. He knew about things of unseen world. Then he went to this Miraj. He saw things with his own eyes, and he also felt a few things there about the paradise and hellfire and other things as well. So he got to ilm al-yaqeen all the way by having to go through this Miraj. And for us, it's a great blessing. When you trust a friend, then whatever the friend says, you believe in that. So for us, we trust Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So whatever he has passed on with certainty, we also believe in it. So it is indirectly a great blessing for us that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam got this, exceptional journey as a gift. And it was something that confirms his great status among Nabiya. And at the same time, it gives us that extra assurance that his message is true. Even Anbiya needs certainty, right? Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "Oh Allah, will you revive the dead?" Oh, did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, "Well, do you not believe it?" No, I believe it, but I just want that my heart is firm on it. Right? So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was given this certainty through Mi'raj. It is mentioned in Surah Najm, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, laqad ra'a min ayati rabbihil kubra." That indeed Prophet saw one of the greatest signs of his Lord on that night. So today's topic, inshallah, will be to go through some of the visuals that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw on that day, right? About the world of unseen and paradise and hellfire, and take lessons from it, inshallah. So one, he saw Jibrīl alayhi salam in his true form. Jibrīl alayhi salam used to come in the form of a human being to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for revelation, but that day he saw him in his true form with 600 wings, as it comes in narrations. Then he saw Sidrat al-Muntahā, the tree, the low tree that no one has crossed, but Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw with his own eyes that leaves are like big vessels, and it has very unique colors that you cannot describe. He also saw Bayt al-Maʿmūr, the Kaaba of angels that is above, in the seven heavens. And it comes in narration, 70,000 angels enter it and leave it, and that angel never comes back. So think about how many angels Allah has created. So again, a reflection for us, like our value is nothing in terms of as a makhluk to Allah, but it's only through our ubudiyyah that we worship Allah. By us being part of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Ummah, our value is increased. So 70,000 angels enter and leave Bayt al-Maʿmūr. So he saw also the rivers of paradise flowing, and especially al-Kawthar. It will be the same river, inshallah, that we will be drinking from on the Day of Judgment. And then he also saw many other palaces of believers, how they were made of gold, silver and pearls. So lots of great, glad tidings that were seen with his own eyes on that day. But then he also saw hellfire. And that's a point of reflection for us. What not to do, right? What things take to hellfire and what not to do. So what did he see? He saw people who were in what we can describe as ovens, right? Big ovens with their flames burning from the bottom up. And there were people who committed adultery. And then there was another group of people who committed adultery while they were married. So those people who were eating like foul, rotten meat when they had good food available, but they were going towards rotten food instead. That's what he saw. People who neglected prayers. Their heads were getting smashed with stones, layadu billah, in the hellfire. And these are all narrations in Bukhari and Muslim, so we can always read in more detail. I'm summarizing for today. That's what he saw. He saw a man swimming in a pool of blood, in a river of blood, with people stoning him every time he wants to get out. The person who takes interest in riba in this world, that's the outcome. That's the punishment. And people who do backbiting and slander, they had their nails made of copper and they were scratching their head, their face, and their chest. Things that we take lightly on a daily basis. Backbite on people. It's like eating flesh of your dead brother. So that's an example for us in Quran. This is how Allah punishes them in hellfire. So that's another scene that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw on that night. And there's many more, but I'll give one more, which is people who invite others towards good and yet do not perform those acts themselves. Right? So you're calling people to good deeds, you pray Salah, do your fasting and give charity, and yet their own actions are against their calling. Their lips were being cut with scissors of fire. May Allah protect us from being in that state. All these things are commonplace in our daily life. And we have to be mindful to catch ourselves, not to commit those sins that lead us to such a great punishment. So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, we ask you for all the things that make us closer to Jannah, let us be one of those who act upon it in our talk, in our action. And for all those things that take us close to Jahannam, let us be among those who avoid them. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So a few quick lessons just to summarize. So one, we learned about how this was a miracle. No other human being was given this particular experience that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave, no other prophet. We also know how Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam declared the truth. Although it was very unbelievable, he knew he would have resistance. People would call him Majnoon. But he did not avoid passing on the truth. Then we know about Abu Bakr Siddiq, who attested to this truth, knowingly that it will even be difficult for him to defend. But he had such a strong faith on Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam being true. We were given the gift of prayers, 50 prayers condensed to 5 prayers, but the reward of 50. So it's not a burden, it's a gift. We should think of our Salah like that every day. Pray our 5 Salah, get the reward of 50 every single day. Sale is on every single day. Last few verses of Surah Baqarah were also given as a gift. Amna Rasulu bima unzila ilayhi, till the end. We should recite them in the morning, in the evening, and they give you extra protection and the blessings that come from it. And then all the examples that we talked about of things of the unseen world that were confirmed to us through this experience that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had. So should increase our faith in all the things that are unseen and are part of our belief. And then we talked about the paradise and hellfire, how certain actions are rewarded and others are punished. Let us be among those who are hastening towards doing good deeds and also trying our best to avoid sins. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. أنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.